How's the movie going, Dersey?
It's going.
Does Bobby D remember you?
Yeah, I'm doing a movie. I'm down here in Mobile, Alabama. It's a Sebastian Maniscalco movie. It's kind of his, like, not his life story, but a story from his life.
That's why you're watching Sopranos? Getting in the Italian.
That's what everyone says. And I was like, oh, fuck, I feel like such a weirdo. But no, I'm watching the Sopranos.
Gabagool!
Yeah, and I don't know if that's a bad thing to say or not, so I'm not going to repeat it. Hey.
I don't know what it even is, but...
Yeah, it might be...
Chris Pratt, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Hey, Martini. But we had like a table read before we started shooting, and Bob rolls in, and we're all kind of like sitting around. We... go
Robert De Niro. He's talking about Robert De Niro.
So De Niro plays Sebastian's pops, and they're like full on like Italian. It's great. Anyway, so he comes in, we're doing a table read. Everyone's kind of introducing themselves around the table. I'm like, hey, I'm Anders. I'm playing Lucky, and he kind of leans over, looks at me, and gives me the finger point like, hey.
No way.
I love that.
So guys,
no fucking way, dude.
Let's just say he remembered me. Forget about it. Not an option.
You made an impact on him.
Okie dokie.
You're kidding me.
He didn't forget about it.
Bobby D didn't forget about you.
Nope. Hey, and I got some nice flowers from him right here. I got some orchids.
You're kidding me.
He's a professional.
What a freaking class act.
Actually, you know what? And Adam knows this from doing the intern. When you're in like the main cast, Bob sends you like a little letter that says break a leg with like his from his stationery and stuff, and you're just like, oh,
it's so cool. I have mine framed.
Yeah, you framing it.
I thought you were gonna say he sends you a horse head in your bed. Oh my god.
So these are stereotypes that I'm sure he's been battling his whole life, and you're just kind of joking about them. And yeah, maybe about me. But no, he is class act in that because he knows. Awesome. He knows like it's pretty exciting to work with me.
You're gonna want this.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Oh, are you freaking kidding?
You're going to want this. Do you remember when he would like bring his cheese guy on the set?
I just talked about it the other day.
Yeah.
He's got a cheese guy? He's got a cheese guy?
He had a cheese guy that would come on set that
from the Bronx.
He's like he'd come up and be like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but I got my cheese guy from spinning some mozzarella. And he was like homemade, like spinning mozzarella, like in the parking lot. And you come out and he'd give you like little mozzarella balls on a stick.
Yeah.
You would just eat mozzarella.
On a stick or like a skewer?
No, here's a weird thing.
Or like a branch?
Like a skewer, like a little skewer of mozzarella.
This is Bob we're talking about, a branch.
Here's another weird thing. On his birthday on the intern, his cheese guy came and he just had these giant plates of spoons full of ricotta, period. Ooh. And he's coming around and then I'm like, bro, am I for real about to just eat a spoon of ricotta? And people are like, it's pretty good. And I was like, all right, I'll grab one so I'm not like a jerk.
Yeah.
I eat it and instantly grab 3 more spoons.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well,
so hang on, don't go away from here. I'm like, it was so fucking good with like a little dollop of, olive oil on it. Yeah,
olive oil. Yeah.
I can't stop eating.
Oh my god, so good. I want to get a cheese guy.
I remember. De Niro was he'd come to set and he wasn't in wardrobe yet. And he was wearing his actual watch, and we were rehearsing the scene before we all went into hair and makeup. And he had his actual watch, and it was like, I forget what it was, but I like watches, and I mentioned that I liked his watch, and I had my watch on, and he was like, oh, you like watches, huh? And I'm like, uh-huh.
Cute watch.
Oh, and, you like time? Anders can't even tell time.
Anders can't. My best friend Anders can't tell time, but that's cool you do.
Yeah, I'm going to remember him. He can't tell time. That's memorable.
I'm going to remember him. I won't remember you.
Forget about me.
I'm going to forget about you. He goes, here, I'll give you my watch guy. And I like threw away the card immediately because I was like, there's no way in hell that I can afford De Niro's watch guy. Like, there's no way I would be able to afford a watch. Maybe. Now I wish I had it. That was
there
like
we go.
8 years ago or however.
Well, Durs, can you ask Adam if he can get in touch with his watch guy one more time?
Please hook me up with De Niro's watch guy.
I'll be like, hey, your watch guy?
He's like, I don't know who you're talking about. Never heard of him. Not a fan.
Didn't anyone tell you there's a huge black hole of my memory from that movie?
Forgot about it.
I'm trying to think if I
had
like...
The whole first half of the movie I don't remember.
Anders, you're a size 12 shoe, right? I remember that. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm going to my buddy Adam's wedding. You said you're going to your buddy wedding. I missed. There was like a part in there I couldn't even hear.
It's like a
My
bad
buddy Adam.
drive-through speaker.
Right.
Yeah, well, just to reiterate, and I've told this on the podcast before, but I saw Robert De Niro backstage at some award show, and he comes through, and I go, "Hey, Bob," and he stops and just looks right at me. And I was like waiting for him to be like, "Oh, hey," but he didn't say anything. And then I weirdly like stood my ground and didn't introduce myself, which is admittedly a weird thing to do. But I was just like kind of like deer in headlights style.
You want it. Yeah, you want
and
it.
I wanted him to go like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And then I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, Adam, the intern, remember?"
Right.
But he didn't do that. He just stared and looked at me for, I swear to you, like 20 seconds of just like looking at me. And then he goes, "Huh."
Yeah.
And then walked away. I'm sure it was like 5 seconds, but it felt like 2.5 minutes.
You get
And he
what
goes,
you give.
I'm going to forget about this.
And then Chloe was like,
Goodbye.
was right next to me, and she goes, What the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what just happened."
Durs, you better be getting out all your forget about it jokes here, because if you bring those to set, De Niro's gonna crack up too hard and he might hurt his tummy.
Do not say gabagool around De Niro. We don't know what it means.
Gobble-ghouls.
Well, now I'm trying to think, if I had like unlimited fame and money, not that unlimited money, but like what kind of guy would I have with me? Like a cheese guy is such a specific,
That's a
cool
good- yeah.
fucking flex. Like, what a great pull.
Well, I think if you have starred in like 10 of the biggest like mafia type movies of all time, you're just gonna have a cheese guy. The cheese guy is gonna find you and be like, "Hey, I'm your cheese guy now. Anytime you need cheese, I'm your guy."
Yeah.
Because it's like he just brings you the spoon of ricotta, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'll bring the spoon of
gonna love
ricotta
this.
Right.
anywhere you go.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Anywhere."
Oh, you're gonna love this ricotta.
You're beating cheese guys away, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, you gotta weed
So
through
cheese
'em.
guys.
Hey,
Look,
if this
your
guy
ricotta's better than that guy's ricotta, you could come with me.
if this guy offends you, if this guy's a gabagool of any at
Are
all,
you reading in the notes from the producer? Gabagool is a nickname for capicola,
Pork.
which is
Pork shoulder.
pork shoulder. So you're just calling somebody
I've had
pork
capicola.
a pork shoulder?
So you're just saying a
That's
food.
a cool nickname. What's up, little pork shoulder?
Little pistol starter.
I just watched the Saints of Newark last night, and I swear they were like saying gabagool is like, "You fucking idiot."
Wait,
Like,
maybe.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like calling somebody a piece of bologna.
Yeah.
Gangs in New York, isn't he a butcher though?
I didn't say
Yeah.
Gangs of New York. I said the
You
Many
said-
Saints of Newark,
Oh,
which is the Sopranos.
and we're back
prequel.
to it. We're back to it.
It's the New York Newark thing, bro. I
Yeah,
just fucking
yeah.
it's
But
Yeah.
also, when they're naming towns and cities, who thought it was a good idea to be like, no, I said Newark, actually. It's different. And they're like, because we already have a New York up here.
Yeah, it's like right there. It's right there.
And you said Newark.
It's just right across the bridge, so it's really, really close.
I feel
you're
like you
New
just
York?
said you were going to
We're
start a New York, but there already is one.
No, I'm going to New.
I said Newark.
I'm going to New York. There's a G at the end. It's New York. It's right down the block. Okay.
Well, now
Just-
the bit is different because that's not even a place.
Right.
Why do you stick in the confines of the bit?
How do you know? I refuse.
All right. Hey,
I refuse.